still playing this time. There we
They're
go.
very, like, Crab's been really bringing up the momentum and the hype before games.
All right, we got Range Blaster, Machine, and 2 really solid painting weapons. I like the flex instead of the backline to the Aniki Nova. It kind of like does the same job as a lot of those longer range weapons, and especially if like ballpoint isn't your thing, it lets you fit in more aggressively with like the flow going in the mid and stuff. But let's see how this ends up working out for them. We have a lot of yellow paint in mid. We have 1 pick to. Oh, so looks like Crab just completely going down. They are able to get that Aniki Nova out with Inkjet, so they are going to be able to have some kind of defense for when the tower approaches a checkpoint over here to the left. We have a Tri-Strike coming out early. It looks like it doesn't actually get that much value, so this could be big, but the Range Blaster and the Nova go down. 3v2 situation. Objective is just moving right now. Not much here to stop the tower. We have people spawn killing Crab's base. This is immediately a lot of action.
Yeah, we didn't start the fire. Said don't count us out here. they amazing first push. They already got it down to 31.
Yeah, 31.
And they're not done.
Yeah. Fortunately for Crab, this checkpoint here had no damage done to it, because when that checkpoint gets breached, that's when things get really scary. But I mean, the fact that this much happened this early on against Crab makes me like kind of like surprised, because they put up a really strong fight versus us.
Yeah, you'll see. Crab does really well once they do get momentum. So we didn't start the fire. We're gonna have to really try to.
Nice.
Xenogas Blaster has been so good this weekend. Still good, and things are going to start looking pretty hairy for We Didn't Start the Fire.
Nice quad. There we go.
Amazing job. The crowd is shouting.
We're going back to streaming clipping that one.
Amazing work on the side of Crab. They have not given up. Zopi's actually been doing really well on machine kicks lately.
Yeah, Crab kind of making a statement here. It's like, okay, you can get some picks on us at the beginning here, but we are going to fight right back. Unfortunately, there's a 5-point discrepancy in the objective right now, and it looks like We Didn't Start the Fire is going to be able to cln this up. So we have plenty of time left, though, 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see if Crab's able to kind of make that happen again, because if they do, those checkpoints aren't present for either team right now. So any team right now that gets like a lot of picks and plays well could shift momentum enough to just knock out the game.
Yeah, you do see already We Didn't Start the Fires. Getting that Reef Slider isn't able to really make anything happen. Classic Reef Slider moment, but did not go down for it. So that's a win on the side of the Tetra. But now 2 players do go down on the side of We Didn't Start the Fire, and looks like that push of theirs is going to have to stop. Bulbasaur was able to use that Inkjet. Didn't do like a whole lot with it, with 2 players already down on the side of We Didn't Start the Fire, but Aniki Nova gets Inkjet back so quickly.
Yeah, it looks like they were kind of inkjetting there to guarantee that things went well for the team. Didn't really get value afterwards. Booyah Bomb goes down, doesn't look like it takes anyone out. 3v2 situation in mid. Crab kind of down in numbers right now. They obviously want to be able to kind of keep this tower push going. But with just Xenogas alive right now and no real paint support, they're going to have to wait. We do have 2 specials ready. We'll see how that goes. We get 1 pick now. We have another special available that's good at getting picks, getting popped right now. If it does get the pick and we can play some objective after that with this Wave Breaker, that would be really good. We see the Wave Breaker being popped now.
This
being popped a little
doing
defensively, though.
Really good job of just being sneaky, not pushing up too far when they don't have the paint support.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that Range Blaster kind of has to be patient, wait for opportunities to present themselves, and then go in and checkmate people. Because if you kind of play too aggressive with range, you kind of have you have to make the directs, and as soon as you don't, it's all over.
If you don't have great paint support and you're on your own, you get taken out very quickly by a Tetra. That Tetra is going to easily clean up on you.
Yeah, it's like, cool direct, bro. Can you get that every single time? Don't put yourself in that position.
Me, my 4 rolls circling all around you.
Yeah, right. A Tetra of all things to have to fight in that situation.
Oh, really good
nice
pick.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a double right there.
Oh, really scary situation there. They got the Booyah coming out. Really, that was more of a panic Booyah to try to stay alive. They do get a pick, though, on Crab. Currently, We Didn't Start the Fire still has the lead, and we are under a minute to go. It's who knows at this point. It is anybody's game.
Yeah, if We Don't Start the Fire just kind of continues this back and forth, we get picks, you get picks, kind of. We don't really have 4 members alive on either team that much kind of scenario. If they keep this up for another 30 seconds, they're going to be able to win it. I mean, they're pushing objective now. So even if Crab can clean this up, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to win this in overtime. Tower control in overtime always has that factor of like, oops, here's a special on tower. Like, we just get that in now. So let's see how they end up doing this. Heartbeat over here getting this pick.
Oh, Dust unfortunately goes down, but That was a good pick when they were able to get it. Unfortunately, we had some specials come out a little bit early with 30 seconds left to go earlier on. We do already have some specials starting to be built up, but they're going to have to get them really quickly. So we are in overtime now. And Crab does go down, and that was beautiful.
Rose, we are no longer in overtime.
That was over. That's commentator's curse.
Yeah, right. That was a good point that you made, though. I did notice, actually from both teams, that specials were just being popped like as soon as the meter was there. There wasn't a lot of like, let's save this special to make sure the objective push happens. So maybe if either team kind of like recognizes that, especially since I'm saying it through the loudspeaker right now, to use those specials kind of like once the objective's already started to get pushed instead of before, that could make the difference because, you know, neither of these teams like had like a knockout push. They just had like strong pushes, right? So if you could turn those like pretty strong pushes into like, okay, now we've made this push. Now you're all dead. Stand on tower, woohoo, easy. Could make the difference on who's going to win because honestly, these teams are really evenly matched.
Yeah, that was an amazing back and forth game. You saw Citogas did amazing slaying work. They did a good job. You know, we don't see Range Blaster picked a whole lot, but like I have friends who have played Range Blaster and they don't pick it up very often. Maybe they break it out for tower control like you see here. I don't know if Citogas is going to stay on Range Blaster for other map modes.
Yeah,
but it works
he was going other stuff in our set. Like I distinctly remember Nautilus, and I think I saw like a 92. So it's probably like on a per map basis. Most people who play Range Blaster are like people that played it like in the older Splatoon game, and they just have one of the older Splatoon games, so they kind of have this like skill set kind of built up that they can swap to at any moment. Kind of like how like I play Zinc Mini, even though it's not like a top tier weapon, but it's just like, yeah, if you're good at it, you might as well.
I love it though.
And if you're good at something like Range Blaster, I mean, a good Range Blaster is one of the most terrifying things you can possibly face in this game. So
absolutely.
Like, or just in Splatoon in general. But a lot of times it kind of works out like, oh, maybe it wasn't the strongest Range Blaster game because of how much risk is involved. But man, if they get the reward, it is scary.
All right, so we will be moving on to our next game.
And it looks like, I'm not sure what exact mode we're going into right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Tower Control Mako Mart. Oh, no, Rainmaker on Sturgeon. That's exactly what that is.
Yep. That's from the previous round there.
Yep,
but
I was like, oh, same map. That's cool.
That is right. We are moving on. Crab did already, do their, mandatory shout as they were starting.
Yep. And it looks like Citogas, that main Slayer, is going to stick to Range Blaster for this map as well. I can agree with that. I think it'll do pretty well here. Nautilus doesn't quite have the same advantages as Range Blaster on this map. I have a 3v2 situation right now.
We already
expecting
have
people to get on tower soon. We have that the special being popped, but no objective. Rainmaker, I'm sorry, but yeah, a little bit more of this kind of like momentum of specials, but maybe we should save them for objective specials. We'll see how it ends up playing out. We're neutral right now. We didn't start the fire, able to kind of. Is that Crab? No, it is. Yeah, it is. Crab is able to kind of pick up objective here and start moving forward, but they don't really have any points on the board. A lot of neutral back and forth. You don't want to allow this happen. You don't want to allow this to happen too long because specials get built and then stuff like that can happen.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to figure out really quickly whether you want to go left or right on Sturgeon Rainmaker. There's no necessarily right pick either way. A lot of it is just having good map awareness to know where the other team is and either get picks on them and then move in or just totally go the other way.
Well, let's see if we didn't start the fire can show us how it's done. They picked up an objective right near there. Is an inkjet going off, but it's not going to get any picks. Looks like it was watched from a safe location, so they're not going to get punished for it. But this Rainmaker is just one step away from being able to get some objective points. Now, this is a map where you usually see a checkpoint taken and the push ends, and then another push kind of like comes in later. So just getting it to the checkpoint is kind of like victory, quote unquote, for we didn't start the fire in this situation.
Yeah, we didn't start the fire. Did a really good job of just holding back when they could until unfortunately it gets taken down by that inkjet shot.
I have big gun you in way.
Oh, they are building up specials right now. We do already have, specials are coming out. We got those Zuka shots, pops that Rainmaker shield. Are they going to be able to push in and get that dunk? They're going to maybe want to get some picks first.
Yeah, that Wave Breaker is going to kind of disrupt everything, but it looks like we didn't start the fire is still trying to be as aggressive as possible. They're able to pick up Rainmaker. Do they get the check? They do. Oh, no, they do? They don't? They do. They don't.
They don't. So close, so close. That was really, really good shot. Yeah, we genuinely weren't sure at first whether they got that dunk.
I sure wasn't.
The Reef Slider comes out, really just, as a Tetra main, I understand that really was a last-ditch stall. You kind of know you're probably going to die doing that. Unfortunately, not able to get that dunk, which means they are going to have to, redo a push to check on either side again.
All right, this is really good for Cetoguest. They're able to kind of, keep all those enemies at bay. They're back respawning right now. We have multiple specials ready. Unfortunately, the Wave Breaker, I don't think got launched. But if they're able to get this checkpoint, it kind of won't matter out of the... They did a good job of deciding very quickly where to go and not wasting any time. But unfortunately, the support was just not there to get up on there. The respawner, so we didn't start the fire, kind of like saw where the Rainmaker was coming from. They put themselves in position to defend there. That could have gone really well for them. Because again, just getting the checkpoint first is kind of like it's your goal right now. You're not trying to knock it out right now. You're just trying to get a checkpoint, which can be very hard. Once you have that checkpoint, you can move in other directions, and the map suddenly gets a lot easier.
Yeah, and We Didn't Start the Fire did get a good pick there. It looks like they're still trying to, again, figure out where to go. Does get a really good pick on Zopi with the Rainmaker, but you can't count on that blaster.
Yeah, this range blaster just keeps being enabled and keeps putting himself in really good positions. Again, like when we were playing against them and we knew that they were a threat, taking care of that main Slayer was one of our primary goals. But looks like the Rainmaker is going to be able to get into a decent position here. It looks like a Booyah Bomb's coming. Don't die to it. Good.
I was really scared there.
It didn't fall off. All right. Taking it top left might be risky, but it looks like you're not even going to be able to push objective right here. Two specials. Yeah, that was so much smash damage.
Yeah, that Reef Slider alone would not have been enough to take it out, but, with two specials.
With the power of teamwork and friendship, we can team shot.
They're still really trying to push this. Amazing. If they can keep it, good double there. Are We Don't Start the Fire? Are they gonna run right?
Game. Yeah, I mean they do have lead right now, so they're not as pressured to kind of make points happen right now. But I think that they should.
They really should get a check.
If they get a checkpoint and overtime situations is like checkpoint then death, they win that game. So don't really sit on this kind of a lead too comfortably.
Yeah, it's a scary place to be. They're gonna have to decide really quickly. Because you see, you can only hold the Rainmaker for so long. They only have about 20 seconds. Even if they don't get killed on their own, that Rainmaker's going to explode and they're going to die with it.
And the enemy's just gaining special points the entire time this objective is being held and not, the entire time it's being held. So if you're not making anything from it, you're kind of losing value. Right now we have Krabs kind of picking up objective. They have control of mid. Let's see if they kind of adjust from before, right? Like we want to see these specials go off when it makes the objective push happen and not as kind of like just a neutral, feel comfortable sort of thing. They may take a top left here. I think that's a little bit risky. We see the Rainmaker kind of adjusting it to the
rotating to right. The Reef Slider goes out. It doesn't do anything.
Does Zuka... Is there one more? Oh my gosh.
That was a really close finish. Oh, there comes the Booyah Bomb!
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm amazed at how both of those teams got so many picks and yet the objective just remains so neutral. That's kind of how the map works, right? It's difficult to get that first checkpoint. You kind of get freed up afterwards, and neither team was able to get that first checkpoint, able to make me think you didn't do it. Doesn't count. It only matters what the game thinks. It doesn't matter what Hitzel thinks.
Unfortunately, but yeah, you saw on both sides, but especially We Didn't Start the Fire. Even though they did get that, they were just a little hesitant about where do we take it? Do we go left or right? And they would
they didn't really have that just fourth gear from third. Just all right, cool, we can push objective. Let's start going. Didn't really see much of that. It's all a lot of what we were saying before, kind of the specials and the neutral and kind of mid. Maybe go for I'll try to get a pick. Didn't happen. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of not cool when you sit in the middle of the map with the Rainmaker. And obviously, sometimes that's all you feel like you can do, but sometimes you just have to know what the game-winning play looks like. Put those attempts out there. The attempt that win is the one that will win you the game. So don't be too shy.
Yeah, and really you want players on your team calling out where they want you to go. If you're carrying Rainmaker and you're saying I'm going left or I'm going right, you gotta trust in your teammates to really put out that paint for you so you can swim as quickly as possible. We Didn't Start the Fire did get good pick on that, but wow, really a lot of deaths. A lot of picks, but yeah, like you said, not a whole lot of points scored.
Yeah, and we know that these guys are communicating pretty well because you can just see how a lot of times people are reacting to stuff that's happening off screen that they can't see. Obviously these guys are calling out, they're working together. It's just the same effort that's being put into let's work together to get this pick. It's let's also work together to get the objective and then call out to get the picks.
Yeah.
Real close. See if either team allows the other team to actually do that. 2-0 for We Didn't Start the Fire in would have really been close matches. It's hard for me to predict it. I mean, Crab, previously they had a reverse sweep versus I think 3rd seed in the entire tournament. So
Something
if
like
they did
that,
it once, they could do it again.
They could. Because it is going to be, best of 5 here. We Didn't Start the Fires looking to get that 3rd win for this best of 5 over on Brine Water Springs Clam Blitz.
I like this map. It's funny. I get flack for just loving all the Splatoon maps while also just not liking all the Splatoon maps. They're all the same to me.
Yeah, I don't think Brine Water Springs Clam Blitz is a well-beloved map mode.
I'll take it. I'm also running 3 mains of bomb range, so and any long campy map where I can do my thing, I'll happily take. Right now we have a lot of back and forth neutral, no picks yet. We have some long range weaponry coming out from We Didn't Start the Fire. That Rapid Pro Deco, really awesome weapon from the new DLC, very reliable. As long as they don't die to this inkjet right here, they should be able to kind of defend this choke point that needs to be kind of bustered through in order for any objective points to happen. We have the specials happening though. Rapid Pro is going to have to move back. It looks like the push is starting. Yep, Power Clam in. We have the range blaster being taken out. If the machine gets taken out too, that's going to be kind of hard for this momentum to keep up yet, and immediately they're going to be able to sweep that over. So down to 62, not the worst thing ever. That's going to be some objective points kind of knocked out of the way for next time. But it looks like We Didn't Start the Fire is immediately in position to get very aggressive into the enemy base. We see Tri-Strike going on. We see very aware of where the opponents could be. Points going in. Are we going to get past 62 immediately?
They are doing a great job. Yeah, when you only get down to 62, it does not take a whole lot to take that lead over them.
Look at all those picks. 47, 44. Down to the 30s. It's starting to look like a which might be a game-winning push, but it is very early. Plenty of time to see things go the other way, but this is really strong.
Yeah, man, I was going to say, Clam Blitz tends to be sometimes it can be a little bit slower to start as people are building things up. You're waiting for, clams to come
to actually
in.
spawn, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you go for that early push, get stopped, then when the revenge push happens, all the clams are like, oh, we're here, guys. I guess we belong to the other
We
team
woke up
sorry.
now, we're here.
Yeah.
See, Tri-Strikes are coming out.
Pick me.
Crab's
Ooh,
really trying to get some more points on the board now. They have a lot of clams. They do get the lead.
Oh my gosh.
They still have more clams on them.
Yeah, as we say, hey, if there's clams in mid and you make that big revenge push, you get the lead. Look all the way down to 19. We still Didn't Start the Fire has to do it again to be able to make this game happen for them. But over half the match left. Got plenty of time.
I love this blaster.
Yeah, me too.
They're doing a really good job. Not able to make a whole lot happen with that killer whale.
Do push him back, though, and it looks like a Booyah Bomb's coming out. Let's see what ends up happening. I mean, we're going to get an objective push right here, but it's a 2v4 already.
Clam.
Even if this goes in, I don't think they're going to get lead. No.
Yeah, weren't able to make that happen. That Power Clam is likely going to despawn.
Me doing math if that actually would have been lead, but it didn't go in, so I don't need to be proven wrong.
Makes us do math.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be watching a scrim and someone will call it's like they're doing math. It's true. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, we have players going down. 3 players down on the side of Crab. There is that Aniki Nova with the inkjet ready, and then they're able to get people in.
Fly away from where these Tri-Strikes are going. Power Clam making in real time. Here, points are going in. 4v3 can still make things happen. 4v2 harder. 11 points needed to get this lead. I don't know
if
they
get any clams in.
I think a second push has to happen.
Oh no!
It didn't count. Ref, I deserve that point.
Why didn't that go in? We've been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. Such feel bads. It happens on land too, guys. It's just how the game works. Can't blame lag.
Oh man, well we do have a Power Clam out on the side of Crab. They're gonna really try to see if they can hold this lead. We have a minute to go, and if We Didn't Start the Fire is able to really build up their specials here, they only have Tri-Strikes ready right now. Never mind, there goes the killer whale.
Yeah, soften up with the whale. Let's see how the follow-up goes. Get the damage in there. I don't see anyone really in position to get a pick. All right, well, this is happening.
There we go. You're able to challenge that inkjet. We Didn't Start the Fires looking to see if they can get in. They pass the Power Clam up.
The double, that range blaster's going to be...
Does that range slider do anything? No, the Tetra goes down.
There's so much happening.
The Wave Breaker comes out there.
Nice.
The Power Clam carrier goes down. This Cedo goes down. There's There's just so much chaos happening
Everyone's
right now.
ankles are being taken out left and right. But we see it. I mean, this power clam's still alive. 30 seconds left. You can get it started with this power clam. Not that much follow-up is needed. We'll see what ends up happening. Booyah Bomb going down. If he moves it a little bit to the right, it's going to stop these.
Yeah, give them a shield to throw in that power clam, which
starts.
does get in
All right,
safely.
this can happen.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, man. That was beautiful. Man.
It was looking like Pseudogas was going to be able to make that comeback happen, but now it's going to have to be an overtime push. But, I mean, neither of these scores are really that high.
No, they're not. You know, if they're able to really build up their clams and get hopefully a wipe on the other team, but, you know, even if they get a few good picks in and keep it up, but that overtime counter, you know, beeping in your ear really, really adds up the stress.
Main Slayer getting taken out. That Inkjet didn't really get around the value, and now this is happening. Yep, looks like that is going to be a 3-0 set for We Didn't Start the Fire. Impressive show.
That was impressive. We Didn't Start the Fire said, do not count us out. We may have only won one game yesterday, but we are not done yet.
Hey, man. 3-0s, you know, you always want to see the 3-2. You always want to see it go to Game 5. But if I'm going to take a 3-0, it's going to be one that looks like that, where both teams are just in position to win at any moment. Those are really evenly matched games. I think those were good games.
Those were so good. Yeah, even though, you know, Crab lost all 3 of those games, they played well. Just, you know, things didn't go in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of, like, if you look back and just see, like, oh, what did the highlight reel look like? Which team was showing us, like, these awesome plays? Like, a lot of the times it was Crab. They just unfortunately weren't able to kind of convert that to objective play. But, you know, them's the ropes. That's how Splatoon works.
That's Splatoon, yeah. And even when you see, like, 3-0 results, you got to remember that sometimes, you know, it may look like, oh, they 3-0'd the other team. But,
there's
you know,
too much insanity to fit into single-digit numbers.
Yeah, those were 3 close games.
It's like, and what happened in that 3-0?
So much. Oh, yeah. You see just these replays are just, you know, pick after pick after pick. Both teams just were really good at getting picks.
Yeah, no, the slaying that was put on display, the multi-kills, like, both from individuals and from people working together, were, like pretty high octane, I must say. That Range Blaster also, I think he played range each of the 3 games, or was it a game where he switched off, right?
I don't remember.
Yes, it was range each game, yep, because he went range on Sturgeon as well.
Yes.
And, you know, we were kind of talking about how, like, sometimes we play Range Blaster, there's, like, this huge downside of you not quite being able to get the directs every single time, where it's just, like, you know, like, while the upside is high, the downside can hurt you. But I didn't really see that Range Blaster doing stuff that made me think, oh, you're playing Range Blaster, so, you know, you're kind of, like, not putting value on the table. Like, no, that Range Blaster was strong. Yeah,
no, they were good. And, you know, they made sure to work with their Anarchy and their Splash to get paint around. You know, I remember when I used to have a lot of trouble fighting, like, any Range Blaster, I would go talk to a friend of mine who is now not a Range Blaster player for our team, but you know, has pocketed Range Blaster before. And, you know, I said, you know, what's the #1 way, you know, for, you know, what's your weakness? And he was just like, I can't paint. Like, if there's no paint, I can't move.
True.
I'm a sitting duck.
Yeah, I mean, I like to play a lot of Rapid, and at least with Rapid, like, maybe not, like, paint the map, like, you know, you're not going to, like, get most points in Turf or anything like that, but the fire rate at least makes it so, like, hey, my teammates in a fight, I can't quite, like, reach what's going on. I can at least paint their feet, you know, like, affect the battlefield. Range Blaster, just, it's like, it's either you're getting a kill or you're like, hey, guys, you want to do this job for me that I can't do?
Please? Please paint for me?
Alrighty. Well, unbeknownst to stream, I have half a breakfast burrito to eat. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. So it was We Didn't Start the Fire, and who was the other team? They were just on stream, but I have the memory of a goldfish.
Crab?
So, Crab. No.
Oh, you mean from before?
Yes.
From round 1?
From round 1, yes.
Oh, man, we both have goldfish brains.
We both have Phantom
Pompan and Anarchy?
Yes.
Who we saw earlier? Anarchists.
Anarchists, that's right.
Anarchists with the Anarchy logo.
So yes, we'll see what we see out of these teams coming up. But we're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. More redemption bracket action coming right up. These teams kind of clawing for life right now to get back in the top 8. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.